Coming up right now is Ask the Consul. Of course, I have two special guests with me this morning. We have Consul Officers Ryan Hanlon and Felix Sanchez. Gentlemen, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Darby.
Hey,
it's great
good to have
here.
you. Oh, yes, you can call me Vernon, no problem.
Morning, Vernon. I love the intro song there, little John Denver. Fantastic. Well, first of all, this is Ryan. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to reach out.
I was going to let you take the shot, introduce the song. You're doing such a fine job. So you're going to continue to talk about that lovely song. Come on.
Yeah, it is. It is one of my favorites. Great musical artist, just like so many great musical artists from here in Jamaica. Great history, but like as I was saying, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to reach out to the community. Often in our jobs, we don't always get this kind of opportunity to reach such a large audience, so thank you so much. And also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my wife Lindsay and son Oliver, who are listening in. Revolution indeed, they're listening in.
Where are they now? Where are they?
They're back in Iowa, the state of Iowa, back in the States,
okay.
middle America. But of course, you've got a big worldwide audience, so I thought I better say hello real quick.
What better place? And they're listening on the internet. Yes, Nationwide
right.
Radio, JM.com.
And they'll be joining me down here in Jamaica come May. So.
Oh, that's good. Okay, and we have also Sanchez. Sorry,
yes.
Felix.
Like the runner, but I don't run as fast. No gold medals, but I'm happy to give you my autograph if you'd like me.
You guys are terrible. Actually, I should ask you, how long have you guys been here? Ryan?
I've been here about 10 months, and I have a little more than a year, and the first almost year has been fantastic, and I'm sure the second year will be even better.
What about you, Sanchez?
I have about 3 months, and I'm loving it so far.
Okay, you guys soon count years, man. Now, we have a caller already. Yes, we have a caller. Let's go to Pamela. Pamela, good morning. How are you? Good to have you.
Good morning. Fine, thank you.
Good morning, Pamela.
Yes.
Morning, Pam.
Morning. Good morning. My sister falls for me. I do the interview already from the 9th of January, but everything was okay. Only thing I supposed to carry in my sister marriage certificate. I sent it, but they didn't get it. So I sent an email, and they told me that they don't get it. So they say I must carry it in by myself. So I carried it in on Thursday, gone. But my sister name, in those days when you're married, you don't carry your birth certificate. So her mom says she named Marjorie, but when she get her birth certificate now is Madge. So she married named Marjorie. So all I do know, I got on the Madge on it. It is the same person.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi,
so
Pamela.
I sent it in. I carried it in myself from the Thursday.
Hi, Pamela.
Last week Thursday.
This is Ryan. So just to want to make sure that I understand, so your sister had filed an immigrant visa petition for you.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things often that happens in the process of going through this is we want to be able to verify certain details, including names and name changes, and often the common documents that are required are things like birth certificates and marriage certificates. So often we'll follow up with somebody if at the time they come for the interview they don't have all the required documents. It can certainly seem maybe a little frustrating to the applicant, somebody like yourself, but I assure you that every file and every petition is reviewed thoroughly. I'm sure if you were there just last week, we maybe haven't had an opportunity to look directly at it as of yet, but believe me, we're Felix and myself when we leave the studio, we're heading back to do things just like that. And if you don't hear anything in another week or two, I suggest you be in touch again through the email kingstoniv@state.gov, and hopefully you'll have some positive news soon. Okay.
Okay. And because I get I sent her birth certificate. It's her birth certificate of on the March, but only her marriage certificate. But I got everything is okay now because I get it on by depot, and it's on it.
Okay, and did you provide that documentation to the embassy?
Yes, everything is on it. She's the same person.
They always ask you the deed poll document that you would have received. Have you provided that for the embassy?
No, is the birth certificate? Please do that.
All right.
Get it on.
So now,
I call it deed poll.
okay. Well, there's a difference between the birth certificate and the deed poll. If you do have a deed poll available that shows the name change, specific name change.
Yes, it's on it. It's on the bottom of the birth certificate.
Oh. No, what he's asking you, there's a document, a deed poll document.
No.
Okay.
Right, so go ahead.
So that might be something that you might need to obtain. You need to work with the Registrar General's office and speak with your sister about getting that.
Yes, is the Registrar General office do that?
Yeah, but you're not following. He's asking us that you have that document, they submit that document, because that document would not show that there's been a name change. You understand?
Yes, it's on the birth certificate.
All right. I have to leave you, see? So make sure that you have that document. All right, have to go then. Thanks for calling, and you have a wonderful day. All the best. Okay, let's go to another. I have to go for the break, or we have another caller? Let's go for the break. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM. Revolution in Media. It's Ask the Consul. Of course, we're taking. Welcome back. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. I'm Vernon Darby. It's a feature Ask the Consul. Of course, we have two consular officers here, Ryan Hanlon and Felix Sanchez. We have a caller on line. I think we have another caller. Yes, we have another caller. Who do we have on the line now? Nadia. How are you doing, Nadia? Good to have you.
I'm fine.
Yes, you go right ahead with your question.
Yes, calling from Portmore. I have a question for the consular.
Yes.
Yes, it's regarding my son. I will be traveling for the first time this year. Hello?
Hello? Yes?
Yes,
go ahead.
I will be traveling for the first time this year. Yes, and I want to carry my son to the embassy when I come back. So I was wondering if I have to travel 2 times before I could carry him, or what?
Sorry, ma'am, could you...
I'm going to ask you to turn on that radio, see?
Hello?
I hear her radio in the background. I'm going to ask you to turn on that radio.
Okay, turn it on.
I'm going to ask all listeners, when you call the program, please turn on the radio. All right, let's go to another caller. Who we have now, Sonia? Zona. Good morning, Zona. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. And good morning to the gentleman as well.
Morning, Zona.
Yes. My son is 17, and I would like to know which of the application forms should I use to get a visa for him.
So, ma'am, it all depends on if this is just a regular tourist visa, then it would just be the standard tourist visa to visit.
I would just like him to visit. I would just like him to travel with me because I already have my visa.
Okay, then in that case, what you want to do is make an application for a B1, B2 visa. That's the traveler short-term business visa, which is the one I imagine you have. And make sure you bring the right documentation. Always good to see a birth certificate, and also if you could bring your passport with your visa in it. We'd really appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
But if you want to, sorry, ma'am, if you want to see more details or get more information about that, you can always go to our website at kingston.usembassy, that's one word, .gov. G-O-V.
Okay.
All right. You have a good day. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Darby.
All the best to you, see? All right, let's now go to Nicholas. Good morning, Nicholas. How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Mr. Darby. Good morning. I am calling from Kingston.
Hey, good to have you. Go right
First time on your program.
Hey, good to have you, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Good morning to the consulate as well.
Good morning, Nicholas.
Okay. My question is this. My mother, she was filed for by my grandmother, right? We got a notice to the mail to say that the process was approved as my grandmother is a citizen of the United States. I think the last communication that she received through the mail was that it was approved and there would be processing, and she would basically have to wait until they reach her section for the type of visa that she's requesting. Now, is it that she can still travel to the United States on a B1, B2, because she currently has a B1, B2 visa, but she wants to know if she could still travel back and forth while that process is still, in the system, so to speak?
Nicholas, this is Ryan. That's great to hear that your mother's making progress through the immigrant visa portion, our application process. It can be a little long and daunting sometimes, but it's always good to stay positive and just continue moving forward. So to answer your question, yes, if your mother currently has a valid visiting visa, she's certainly able to continue to travel and enjoy visiting the United States. I assume that she probably goes to visit her mother, your grandmother?
Yes.
Yeah, she should continue to do that and just do as she has been doing as the process continues on. We certainly encourage that, and we understand, especially in Jamaica, that lots of people have family in the States and want to be able to maintain those relationships. So she should just continue to have good travel and, like I said, stay organized and positive, and good luck with everything.
Okay. All right, very much.
You're welcome.
And you guys keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for calling, and you have a wonderful day. All right, Nadia is back. Good morning again, Nadia. How are you doing?
Good morning. Sorry about that.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, I was saying I will be a first-time traveler this year, and I was wondering if I have to travel 2 times before I will be able to carry my son to the embassy.
Nadia, calling from Portmore, right?
Yes.
I think we heard, did we hear your son in the background earlier?
Yes, a little baby.
Yeah?
Yes, I heard him.
What's his name?
But it's not my son, it's my friend's baby. My son is 13 years old. He's at school right now.
All right, well, great. As he should be, of course. But, hey, listen, Nadia, so there's no requirement for you to travel any specific amount of times before your son could apply for the visa. In some cases, if a parent has shown a record of good travel history, that could possibly be something that's considered in the child's application. But you're free to, at any time, do an application for your son. And more than welcome to come in and go through that process. I would mention that if, and this is for all our callers, if somebody is under the age of 14, they don't need to come in themselves. So if you have small children or babies, they don't need to come in, but a parent or legal guardian can come in and do the process that way. Okay, I could accompany him to the embassy? Certainly. You're certainly encouraged, and you should accompany, if they're 14 to 18 years old, they should be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian. Okay. And if they're under the age of 14, there's no need for them to come in themselves. A parent or legal guardian can do the interview process for them. Okay. All right. And next question. My husband didn't get to go with me during the time of my interview. So does he have to wait till I return before he could go? It's kind of the same thing. Each person is looked at individually. So your husband is free to go through the process at any time that he chooses to. The fact that you have a visa or traveled doesn't particularly affect whether he's eligible for the visa or not. So I encourage him to go online, make an appointment, and hopefully the two of you can be traveling together soon. Okay, so he doesn't have to wait till I travel and come back? No, ma'am. Okay. All right, have a great day. Thanks. So, hello?
Yes?
So, whenever he is going, do I have to go with him and carry my passport? Does he have to take my passport to show proof that I have a visa?
If you come in for your son, then you should be prepared to show identification that you are who you are.
No, with my husband.
No, your husband.
Yes.
Do
I have to go with him to the embassy, or he should take my book when he is going?
You're free to do that if you want to, if you feel it would be useful for the interview. But there's no requirement that you join your husband at the embassy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you very much for calling. We have another caller. Is that Brian?
Yes, it is.
Good to have you, Brian. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kingston.
Yes, you go right ahead.
Right. I've made my online application already last month, but I'm supposed to travel soon. Next month, actually, August. I'm on the phone and there's the police and I'm driving. I'm sorry.
No, but you can't do that. No, man, you have to stop.
I know.
If you know, I am not going to continue if you don't stop that car now. And if you see me on the road doing that, you make sure you stop me too.
Hello?
Have you stopped?
No, I'm okay.
No. We're not going to have you driving and
Okay.
All right, let's go to
we
Lorraine.
would feel bad as the consuls if you got into an accident or something, Brian.
Yes, okay. Let's go to Lorraine. Lorraine? Not getting Lorraine at all.
Vernon, I'll
Yes.
just throw in, even though great guidance for Brian and all our callers, make sure you're stopped and in a safe place to make a call.
Yes.
But if there's a situation where you have emergency travel or you have very short notice
Yes.
and you're requiring a visa, you just need to follow the regular application process. Once you have completed that, you can send an email to Felix?
Okay.
KingstonNIV@state.gov, and you can let them know what your situation is, and
That's
in certain cases, we will accommodate you.
All right, let's now go to Joyce. Good morning, Joyce. How are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Not bad.
Good. I hear you have two nice young men in your office.
You see, you know?
Very
You see,
nice,
you know?
man.
Yes, very young.
You see, no? Them get me out there, you know? I give up now.
You forgot
new
handsome,
room,
ma'am.
sweet, clean, whole room, do know the corners. I won't show you away.
All right, you go ahead.
Yes, I just want to ask these two gentlemen. If you have a B1 and B2 visa, you have used it, you only use it once because of certain circumstances, is it possible that when you go back to renew your visa, there will be any difficulties?
No, ma'am. Hi, Joyce. This is Felix. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, did you get a chance to travel?
Once, because I was doing some studies and I was unable to travel within that time, but I have traveled on it once.
Okay, where did you get to go?
United States, of course.
Okay, where particularly? I'm just curious.
Pardon me?
Where did you visit?
In the United States?
Yes.
Oh, Florida.
Florida. How'd you like it? What was your experience like?
Well, I've been traveling to the United States for over a long period. I mean, this is not my first B1, B2. I've been traveling for over 20, 30 years.
Okay, then it looks like you have some experience.
But this one that I got recently, say about 6 years, I was unable to travel more than once on it, and I was told that if you don't use it, then you will lose it.
No, that's not true,
So
ma'am.
I just want to set the record straight. It is not so.
No, that you have your answer, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll be free when I go back to renew my B1, B2.
So yes, ma'am.
As long as I have the requirement and there's no change in my status.
And by the way, where did they set the record straight? Where?
Well, they said it is not.
No.
Pardon me?
Where did you get the record straight?
They just said there will be no problem for me to have my B1, B2 renewed.
So where did you get it?
Nationwide FM.
I'm not going to allow you on this program. I am not going to allow you to come on my program
Vernon
again.
Darby setting the record straight.
My apology.
You are fired from my program.
You know, you really should get the credit. I am so sorry.
Yes.
It is on a
Next time, don't listen to neighbor friends. You come and get it here first. Get it first hand. You get it here first hand. You don't listen to it on neighbor tell you. You get it here first hand. All right.
Man.
Thank you very much for calling.
And my pleasure. And you keep up the good work.
Yes, all the best to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, let's go now to Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans, how you do?
Not bad. Good morning.
How
Good
you
morning,
do?
Mr. Evans.
Thank
morning,
you
sir.
for doing a very good job.
Thank you very much on behalf of the team.
Yes, I had a B1, B2 visa, and over 15 years now. And I take my wife 2 times. She's 64 years of age now. And I take her to the embassy 2 times. And one time, the last time, after the interview, they just tell her she has to come back. She got through an illness, and she takes operation, but she's now fine. So my friend now is asking me to visit them one more time because they seem to going to have some kind of children thing. So I'd like to take her with me because it's the both of us living, and we don't have nobody to really leave her. She's not sick, no, because she took the operation and she come on all right and fine. So I've been considering why so much time we take her there, and she were turned down. And I had a visa which I travel all the while. I never spend really long time. At no time, just 2
All right, let the officers answer you know this.
So, Mr. Evans, hi, this is Ryan. Thanks for calling in, and I'm sorry to hear about your wife's recent illness, but glad to hear that she's feeling better.
Yeah.
So, in regards to your question, as we've said earlier, and you certainly heard on the program before, each individual application is judged on its own merits, and I don't know what the specific details of the situation was when your wife's come into the embassy before, but it sounds like in most cases, if somebody is found to not be eligible for the visa, that's not something that's permanent, and if circumstances may be different or there may be new information, they should certainly feel free to apply for the visa again. Of course, we understand that it costs time and money, so you want to carefully consider when you're doing that and be as prepared as possible. And in a situation like this, where maybe your wife is not feeling well or 100%, you're certainly welcome to accompany her to her appointment, and you could discuss with the officer at the interview what your plans are, how you're going to fund your traveling, and some other things like that they may ask about. So I encourage you to look at it again, because, of course, we'd love you to have the opportunity to travel and visit your friends in the United States and be able to have that experience and share it with your loved ones.
Yes, because I travel so much times, enjoy the country really, and I want her really to travel with me.
Yes, but you heard what he said. You see, you heard what the officer said.
Yes.
All right, so you just have to go and give it a try again. All right, all the best. Let's now go to Mervyn. Good morning, Mervyn. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Darby, and to your guests also.
Yes, morning, Mervyn. Good morning, Mervyn.
Ryan and Felix.
Yes, sir. And please continue to keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a question here, sir. What happened? My son filed for me from last year, April. He's in the army up there, but he has my name, my full name, everything. He left here when he was 13 years old. His mother left for the state. In fact, he was born in 91 and she left in 98, so he was left in my care. From he was about 2 years old. They're sent back now that there are requests for evidence stating that he was legitimated in the country of his birth or something like that, and for a marriage certificate from me and his mom, but we weren't married. However, they said that I must provide some bona fide information stating that we were, what was the word in that? I have some type of a connection to him. And they list a list of things.
Sir,
hello?
Hey, yes, sir, this is Ryan.
Yes,
I just want to clarify so we can give you the best information. So your son, he's now a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
And he filed the paperwork, the petition, to request that you be able to immigrate to the United States? As his father. So this is where we have, a very common case, a child filing for their parent. Certainly, it's common, and thank you to your son and to your family for providing service to the United States military. I was in the Army myself, and that's a great opportunity and a great thing. Certainly, there's a number of immigrants to the United States who do military service, and we certainly appreciate that. So often, and like I said, this is a very common case. Often there's situations where there might not be that exact or proper documentation of the father being on the birth certificate, or possibly the father was added late to the birth certificate, and late I often mean 10, 15 years later. And it's not uncommon, and it's lots of people are in similar situations. So what is often asked for is that you show evidence that you do have a legitimate paternal relationship with your child. That can be through a variety of things, including other forms of documentation, or there's some medical testing that can be done to do that.
Can I ask you, sir?
Yes, sir.
I have gotten all his school records with, obviously they have my name on it. I have some pictures from he was a baby on me and him going to church and all of that stuff, and have a JP notarized all of that. And I have 3 affidavits of support, not support, 3 affidavits written by JP who was living in the area at the time. That's of reputable character.
So that's fantastic. It sounds like you've really taken the time, done some research. Those are certainly things that if you bring into the embassy that will be looked at carefully and discussed with you. So those are some of the things that could help establish this relationship. Of course, I don't know the exact details, and it would be reviewed by a consular officer, but it sounds like you're on the right track, and if they require anything else, they'll be sure to let you know specifically what it is that they want, and I have a feeling that you'll be able to see join your son sooner than later.
Yes,
right.
Yes, sir.
So basically, he just has to supply the information that the embassy is asking for.
Yes, and if you don't have that kind of proper documentation, school records, church records, age photos when they were a child, then you can look at the possibility of doing a DNA testing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to... we have to take a break. Our caller's going to ask you to bear with us. We have to go for the break right now. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. It's Ask the Consul, and when we come back, you give us a call. The landline numbers to call. Welcome back. It's a feature, Ask the Consul. We have a question here. Ryan and Felix, I wonder who can take this one. It says, father files for a daughter in Jamaica. The priority date is 2007. Her passport expires 2012. Can she apply for another non-immigrant visa? I want to take that one. Felix?
Yes. So just to make it clear to everyone out there in Jamaica that just because you have a immigrant visa filing or you're going through the process does not mean that you cannot have a tourist visa.
That's a common belief that you can't, yes.
Right, and so just as long as, just always when you come to the interview, like Ryan said, come prepared, be able to speak clearly about why you want to go to the U.S., and just be honest and open about the fact that you have an immigrant visa that you're still
being processed. But that you can still apply for your non-immigrant visa.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I guess in this case, for the passport, make sure that it's a valid passport.
Right, because if it expires 2012, then that person need now to get a new passport.
Right, exactly.
All right, the priority date, what about... no, it's the visa which expires actually in 2012, so they just simply have to apply for another visa.
Yes.
All right, we have another caller now. Let's go now to Brian. Brian, how are you?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm back. I'm at my destination. Everything is okay.
Yes, and you're safe.
Yeah,
one piece. Yeah, what?
All right. My thing is that my visa expired from I think 2002, from when I was a child. I had not been able to travel, being in school and everything. Now I have applied again for a non-immigrant visa. I did the application from sometime last month. But as I said before, I am traveling next month. I didn't want to risk not having the passport, in time from the embassy if I had gone through or whatever. So I just wanted to know, does the online application expire after a while, or when I come back in May, will I be able to access that application? It had been completed. I'd gotten the confirmation page and everything. I just want to know if the application would still be available, or I'd have to start the entire process again.
Now, Brian, have you did the confirmation? Did that provide you with an appointment date at the embassy?
No, I didn't go ahead to pay for it because I didn't want to risk paying for it and then end up missing the appointment. I wanted to know all of that before paying for the visa itself.
Okay. Well, if you haven't gotten far enough along in the process where you haven't actually paid for the fee and you don't have a scheduled appointment, it sounds like probably you aren't very far in the process anyway. I think that whether that information is saved in the system,
Right.
I can't speak to specifically, but what I can tell you is that it sounds like some time will have gone by, and I would suggest that you start the process again because you may have more current, up-to-date information about your personal situation and things like that you'll want to be able to provide. And so when you're ready to come back in and you feel like you have a little more time, give yourself a few weeks and then go online and do the process again, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Be safe out there, Brian.
Yeah, man.
We'll be watching for you. Vernon's got his eye out.
Yeah, man. Take care.
All right, you have a good day. Okay, let's go now to Oswald. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, not too bad, Mr. Darby. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to
Why
you.
are you the day? Hold on. Why are you the day? But it's still morning,
I said good afternoon. We're almost there.
I hear you, see you?
He's getting ready for his lunch break.
I see that. Go right ahead.
I to your counselors. I got a abandoned green card from deportation. I got 10 years come up now since I've been deported. How am I looking about a re-entry now?
Felix?
Hey, Oswald, this is Ryan. First of all, I love the name. I don't think there's enough Oswalds in the world, so I'm glad you're out there and glad you're listening in today. So, of course, we can't go into all the details of your specific case, and as I've said, everybody has an individual situation. I will say, for general information, that there are times when someone who has maybe a legal permanent resident or references a green card holder in the United States, if they have some involvement with criminal activity, one of the consequences could be a deportation. Like I said, I don't know the specifics of your case, but often there are certain things that may cause you to never be able to travel to the United States again, but often there are situations where the possibility of that it could be reviewed and there may be other options is out there. What I would suggest is that you contact go to our website, first of all, and you can also email KingstonNIV@state.gov if you have a specific question. But you're your own best advocate by doing your own research and looking online, going to reputable sources. You should be able to kind of have an idea of maybe what your situation is or what your prospects are. And of course, if you want to apply for the visa, feel free. We'd love it if you were to come in and have a few minutes to talk with the consular officer, and that's probably the best place to get your answer or more information that might be related directly to you. Okay?
Okay, so it's better I go to the USCIS channel, right?
So it depends on what you're doing. For our other callers, USCIS is the United States Citizen and Immigration Services. They're not specifically we don't deal with them specifically when you come in for a tourist visa or a immigrant visa interview at the embassy, but they are the organization in the United States that looks at and approves petitions for immigrant visas. Like I said, your specific circumstances I'm not sure about, so I'd suggest you send an email to one of our emails, KingstonIV@state.gov or KingstonNIV@state.gov, and somebody will respond to you. And then, of course, be your own advocate, okay?
Okay,
Oswald?
Okay, thank you, Oswald.
All right, bye.
Okay, have a good day. All right, let's go now to Kevin. I think we can take Tevin. Tevin, sorry about that, Tevin. How are you?
Fine.
Yes, you have about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I have a question here. I'm applying for a non-immigrant visa to visit the U.S. All right. They say that you have to have strong ties to Jamaica. So if I don't have any car and house, but I have my baby mother, my mother, father, and sufficient money in the bank, working, if I'm eligible to get it.
So, hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Yes, Felix is going to answer you.
So, just so you know, you're right. It looks like you're an informed applicant that ties to Jamaica are important. That's very true. But just so you know, there is no formula. There is no one way to show or prove your ties to Jamaica. What you want to do is just come prepared to the interview be able to explain why you're going to the U.S., why you want to travel, and answer the questions. Be open. Be honest with the consular officer when they ask you the questions, and they will help you assess your ties and see if you meet the requirements for legal travel to the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you have a good day, so all the best.
Yes.
And thank you very much for calling. I think that this might be our final call for the day. I want to thank you very much, Ryan Hanlon and Felix Sanchez from the U.S. Embassy. Should we take another? Can take one final call? All right. We can take another call? Okay.
Let's do it.
We're at your service.
We're here.
Exactly.
We're here today. We're here now.
I'm going to ask you a question now.
Yes, shoot, Vernon.
I come up to you to ask you a question, and I don't know the Patois. They don't know English language. I can't speak it properly. Chat in Patois. How do you guys cope in terms of, because many persons feel that because they can't express themselves in the English language, it might be held against them.
Vernon, first of all, I'd like to say I love the patois. I love listening to it. I love hearing it.
Same here.
I would give you an example of mine, but I sound more like an Irishman, I think, when I try to do my Jamaican, so I don't want to embarrass myself. But let me tell you, since I've been here, I've talked to thousands of people. I might talk to 100, 150 people in a day.
Really?
If you
that's quite a bit.
A lot of your callers maybe have come into the embassy. You know, we do talk through a window, and the communication barrier is always there. You come in, you speak how you speak. We're going to communicate. There's lots of different ways to be able to do that. But believe me, I understand what you're saying. We understand what you're saying.
Understand.
And, you know, it's just part of the culture, and we embrace that. And the best thing to do, be prepared and communicate how you communicate.
Exactly.
And we'll take the time to really understand what you're trying to say. And many of us also speak other languages.
Yes.
So we understand.
I know you're learning the Patois already, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Which other language do you know?
Well, I speak Spanish and
Spanish.
Japanese.
Hablas español muy bien.
Claro que sí. Usted también, señor.
Oh, no. Oh, come on. Why are you taking me?
Give him some Japanese real quick, son.
Yes. It was good to be here in Japanese.
今日は初めましてよろしくお願いします。
Well, if you're using decent language on air, I would not know that at all. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here today.
Thank you so much, Vernon, and a big shout-out, big ups to my friend Kevin over at the embassy. He'll know what for. Good work, buddy.
Thanks for having us here.
Good to have had you, gentlemen. All the best.